Hey everyone, so I'm going to do a Pan Those Palettes update. It's more of literally just like an update of where things are at because things shifted around a lot. It's not going to follow the progression anymore in terms of, you seeing it used up, and plus like I never put up progress photos anyway. And plus you get my face this time. I know sometimes I just did it with my hands on a table, but I was already set up for this filming, so I'm going to continue this. So I feel like I had four. I feel like I had four palettes to update you guys on last time, or maybe I was like phasing one out last time. But I really only have three palettes to update you guys on, and then I have a new palette to show you guys, which I think will change the game a little bit. So let me tell you guys kind of where things are at, and then I'll dive into that big update and maybe just talking through some ideas or thoughts that I have about what's going to be happening in the future. So I think I'll just tell you what they look like. All right, lip palettes up first. It is super empty. Not so much because I used it all up between this time and last time and this time, but yeah, I emptied out. I think I had one pan empty, and then I basically frankened the other three. And where those went was, wow, I'm already missing one. I must have left it in my little makeup space. That's fine. I at least have these to demonstrate for you. I created three, only two of them are here, Franken balms. I realized I really enjoy the Franken balm experience. Like, it's enjoyable for me to put it on. So I wish I could actually show you guys the one that I have the most progress on, but I guess I'll show you guys next time. And yeah, I have, right now, the main one I'm working through is the one that I left behind, so that's that. But essentially, I had this empty Rare Beauty balm packaging, and so I ended up putting in as much as I could in here. Can I twist it up without it really messing up? So I basically used like some balms I had, the stuff that was in the palette, and just kind of made, this balm here. Hopefully I can roll it down without it breaking. I haven't swatched this one in a while, so I didn't want it to be too pigmented. Actually, the one that I am mainly working on is kind of on my lips, but I'll just put this one on. Yeah, it's super subtle. I just need something that feels good on the lips. So that's this one. And then I was like, I really just want to pull out my Dolce & Gabbana packaging because I got this one and the color was too dark for me. And so I ended up pulling out my lipstick mold and making a lipstick, and I totally mangled it, but it's fine. It's whatever. And this one's even balmier, like even thinner. So I'm excited to use this one later, but yeah, the other one that I'm working on, I'm gonna finish that one up first. So really happy with three new balms. I know it's a lot, but I just was not super happy about my experience with using this lip palette, and I felt like I had other balms that I wanted to work through anyway. So that's kind of what happened there. All right, next one here on the pile is my concealer palette. As you can see, more empties there. It is a mess in there. So I basically emptied these two. I mixed some stuff together. I think these two mixed together into the empty palette just about right. And then I was mixing some other stuff, and I used up more of the blush that was in here. And then I decided that I was going to switch everything over to a condensed palette that I will talk about. So some of that ended up in here. So yeah, whenever I show this again, it probably will look the same just because I'm working out of, a lot of product got moved somewhere else. So that's kind of what's happening there. Okay, last one looks completely different. I just can't be bothered to really update it right now. Or at least like put it to where it should be. But this is what my 6-pan palette looks like. Before I had like a red shade in here and a shimmery shade and all that stuff. But I moved all that over to this palette, which I will show you in shortly. And I moved in new shadows in here. So that's what it looks like now. And I frankened a ton of stuff. Yeah, I don't think it's worth getting into because I think I would just confuse myself more than help you guys understand what happened. But me being the impulsive panner, I ended up frankening some stuff, ended up condensing into a whole new palette. This is like almost nearly a complete makeup kit in a little pencil case. I explained in my makeup date that I just really was into makeup condensing all of a sudden, and this is what I came up with. It's out of the the frame of it is a pencil case, a thin pencil case. It's not the best quality, but you know, I just wanted to test the concept and it works. It took a few iterations to kind of figure out what it looks like, but essentially inside I have some cream products here that I have, oops, further housed in like sample containers so that they can, I have 2 loose ones just because I couldn't fit everything in there. I needed to make sure that I had space to like actually open them. So I have a cream blush in here, which you probably recognize from the concealer palette, and then the actual concealer. So I think I was able to fit about like 2.5 grams in here. So I have a lot to work through. And then I have a cream contour in here that I was working on, and then an eyeshadow primer up here. One of these is a primer, and then one of these is actually a mascara, which I use with my mascara brush, which fits nicely in here. So that gets all nestled in there. 2 stick products that I'm also trying to work through right now. And then you probably recognize these shadows that I am holding here. I put them in here because I still want to be working through them, but just not in the other palette right now, and just to have everything together. And then I also have a Franken blush and a Franken contour that's in here as well. So that is what's happening in this palette. So I think in the future, I wonder if this is going to turn more into like, how is my condensed palette looking? Like, what changes are in here? Because that's essentially what's happening. Like how, like maybe I'll talk about like how I'm condensing my makeup more. So if you're interested in that, like go ahead and stick around. I don't exactly know when I'm gonna update or like how I'm gonna update, just because I also have other videos that are conducive to like updates, like my makeup date videos, where I literally just talk about like what changes have been happening in my collection. And I did feature this and introduced it already there as well. And so I don't know, it might end up just being over there, but if you guys are interested in this as a separate video, just let me know. Or maybe if you want to learn more about what it means to like condense your makeup. There's like condensing makeup for like makeup artists, but I feel like this was a very like personal like passion project in some ways, where it was like taking those concepts, but like for my personal collection, for like my Franken panning ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, I think just to like show you guys, okay, so now I'm really, I think, funneling, right, like all these palettes and literally condensing them into this one that I could like throw into any bag that I really wanted to and have nearly everything I need. Like I need to make sure I grab some brushes, and I need to make sure I grab some like setting spray and like my powder and stuff like that. But like I could get away with this if I really, really wanted to. So that's kind of what I wanted to let you guys know about. And yeah, so a new era for my Pan Those palettes. I need to think a little bit more about what it's going to look like, I think, but hopefully you guys are still excited about kind of my progress and that you're interested in kind of how things are going. So be on the lookout for some interesting new content. I'll try to think of a way to present it in a way that's intriguing and exciting. But for now, just know that this is what I'm reaching for most days, not those other palettes. So I guess it's just pan that palette. Pan that condensed palette? Yeah, pretty much. All right, well, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.